Greetings everyone. Today we're going to be talking about the GX450 modem, and we're going to be setting that up with a 372 receiver. So some of the things that you'll have to have with the modem itself is the cabling in order to actually install this with a 372 that is unlocked for RTK, or a Tremble display that is unlocked for RTK. This also comes with an antenna, so that will actually get the signal and get that into the modem. Some other things that you'll need to set up is the actual data plan that you have. So that can be purchased through a third-party supplier, whether that be Verizon, AT&T, or if you're in Canada, that may be Bell or Rogers. So there's a lot of different options out there. And basically what that would entail is a SIM card that we'll have to put into the modem itself. So we'll go ahead and get started, and I will show you how to set this up. So the first step in setting up the modem will be to remove the cover with the 4 screws that holds it on. There's also a nut that holds on the antenna that we'll have to take off as well. The SIM card will be right underneath this cover. So we'll go ahead and remove these 4 screws, and then we'll use a socket to actually take out the nut that holds the antenna on. It's very important to be kind of gentle with this, especially the first time going through an install, because it is pretty fragile. So take like a small screwdriver or something like that and pry up gently on the cover. This will loosen it from its base, and then you can just pull it right out. The SIM card slot will be to the left as you're looking at the face of the modem, and you want to make sure that it's installed correctly. So we'll go ahead and put the SIM card in and then reinstall the cover. It's good practice to keep a few of these screws on hand, as they are easy to lose. Alright, so once we have that on, we're going to go ahead and reinstall the nut on the antenna, and then it actually comes with a Wi-Fi antenna that we'll install after that. So we'll go ahead and just basically hand tighten the nut back on, and then we'll hand tighten the antenna so that we have Wi-Fi. Now we'll put that modem to the side, and then we're going to go ahead and put together the antennas both for cellular and for diversity. So we actually have to take out a small little plastic piece, and then we'll go ahead and take the antenna provided and then fasten it onto its base. And the second one is identical. There is no difference between the two, so there's no worries if you mix them up or anything like that. So we'll do the same. We'll go ahead and take the small plastic piece out of the middle. And then go ahead and install the antenna. From there, what we need to do is just go ahead and install the cabling into the modem. And there is 2 screw-in connectors that will fasten onto the modem itself, and that will give us cellular and diversity. After that, we have a serial connection and a power connection that goes directly into the receiver. So we'll go ahead and install the power connection and then the serial plug. For the serial connection, make sure that the screws are fastened down tight, then that way it doesn't come unconnected when it's bouncing around in the cab. Then we have a Deutsch connector on the other end of that harness that plugs into port B of your 372. Keep in mind we do have to have that unlocked for RTK for this particular install to actually work. So that's pretty much the setup process. Next we will move on to the display. Once we get into the cab, we'll go ahead and power the display on. And we're going to navigate into our toolbox and then over to GPS. And in GPS, we need to set the correction type to RTK and then select our correction level to modem. From there, we'll go into our Intrip account and we need to set up our username, our password, and also our server address, mount point, and port number. This will be provided by whatever correction provider that you're using. So we'll go ahead and enter this information into the display, making sure that everything is spelt correctly, and if it is case sensitive, make sure that you're using the proper characters in your entry. Once that's done, we're just going to basically wait until we have RTK fix. We can verify status by going into Diagnostics RDI. For most cellular plans, the modem will automatically configure itself properly. If issues persist in establishing a cellular connection, the APN may need to be entered manually. To do this, go to the URL on the screen and then log in using the login information. Check the network state field. It should read network ready, which will indicate that the gateway is connected to the network. If not, go to the WAN or cellular page, and there is a section here for user entered APN. Enter the custom APN here if the modem does not automatically detect the cellular provider's APN number. For more information on setting up a GX450, refer to the online documentation.